Welcome to Epilogue Podcast, the show where we discuss some stuff that happened on a different show ages ago which nobody really cares about anymore.
Hello, I'm Portponky.
And I'm LeBloc.
Today we're discussing Deep Space Nine, Season 1, Episode 6, Captive Pursuit. In this episode, an alien called Tosk appears from the Gamma Quadrant and causes a few problems for O'Brien. Then some more aliens come after him, and it turns out they're sort of playing Hunger Games a little bit. And O'Brien has a little bit of a laugh, freeing Tosk and punching some guys.
So, what did you think of this episode?
I enjoyed it. I liked... I thought the actual story was a bit basic. It kept enough surprises to keep you interested, but nothing particularly special. But I like the aspect of the story about meeting the new alien and them getting to know each other. I always love that sort of stuff. But I'd say what I liked about this episode was there was a lot of little touches from the actors, especially from O'Brien, Colm Meaney. He had a lot of good little things that he did.
All those little moments where he's making unappreciated jokes to basically please himself. Tosk isn't going to understand those jokes. I really liked those moments. I wasn't the decorator. Lines like that.
Oh, here's a good example. At the end, O'Brien says to Cisco, I thought that once the constable and you found out what was happening, we'd get stopped. And Cisco says, well, that must have slipped by us. And the look on O'Brien's face, he does this tiny little corner of the mouth smile just for an instant. And it's just little touches like that. It brought a lot of depth to O'Brien. I like him. He's one of my favourite characters.
Yeah, I liked all those little moments. Although they kind of ruined it for me in one moment where he says, sorry, it's in my nature. And I thought, you guys are doing such a great job just letting his character exist within the storyline, but then they just bluntly tell you, it's in my nature. They could just show us it's in his nature instead of having him say that. But that's a minor complaint.
Yeah, I guess that's more subtle.
Subtle, that's right.
I guess it's a more subtle way of saying I'm morally obligated to do it through my sense of decency to common life forms or whatever.
Yeah, and
my point is, if he said that, it would be terrible. And if effectively he did say that, but with fewer words.
Yeah, it was a little clumsy, and I would have preferred that line not be there. Going back to the previous episode, you mentioned that great moment of glee in Quark's face when he's dealing with Odo and Ops, and it would have been so much worse if he said a line, I'm really relishing this moment where you have to trust in me, Odo, or something like that.
Well, people tell doctors things they wouldn't tell anyone else. If you could get him to have a routine medical examination, maybe I could...
The thing is, I kind of like the guy.
Another great O'Brien moment is when he ignores Bashir. This is the second time where Bashir says something and then O'Brien doesn't acknowledge it at all and just continues talking. And what he suggested wasn't all that dumb either.
What he suggested was reprehensible. That's complete violation of doctor-patient confidentiality.
Oh, right. It would be effective, but immoral.
Completely immoral. I don't know if the writers just didn't know that is wrong. Like, really wrong.
Maybe doctors rescinded on that in the future. They just thought, you know what? It's better if we just gossip about patients all the time.
Maybe we should count up how many times Bashir plays fast and loose with morality regarding his patients.
I would hope that doesn't go up to a high number.
Well, I'm sure it goes higher than one.
What are your criticisms, if any? I'm sure you have some.
I do. In the previous episode, Quark asks the computer where the replicators are, and the computer refuses to tell him, citing that it's a security risk, or it's locked by security or something. In this episode, Tusk asks where the weapons are, and the computer happily divulges that information.
Yeah, maybe they just restricted Quark. They don't care about anyone else.
Well, yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense, especially since Odo probably set all the security stuff up. I don't know. He installed Norton Space Station Secure.
Yeah, he put on the child controls for Quark.
Is that what the cylinders in the previous episode were?
Yeah, that's to negate the child lock.
Parental controls.
Parental, that's what I was trying to think of. I couldn't think of the word.
Child lock is on doors. That's on the
Yeah,
airlock.
I know.
No, you can't open the airlock. You have to open it from the outside.
Doors are a big deal, though, as we've established.
Yeah, they log the doors. It logs when the child locks get turned on and off.
So maybe that was a result of parental controls, parental Odo controls.
But then why would they let Tusk have full access? They don't know who he is or what he is.
Oh, he's just a harmless alien.
He's a harmless alien that's blatantly harboring an extremely dark and serious secret.
And another thing about encountering this alien for the first time, they just send O'Brien, the engineer. They don't send Odo, the head of security. Or at least someone part of security. Just, you'll be fine, O'Brien. Go check it out.
Well, he has a phaser, which they have no idea if will work. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, as soon as he was assigned to check it out alone, I thought, oh, this is going to turn bad.
I guess, again, referencing the previous episode, it's another episode of O'Brien abuse. In fact, he mentioned he hadn't seen his wife in 3 weeks.
And then laughed.
I've been working solidly for 3 weeks.
I forgot what my child looks like.
Forget how old she is.
Do I have a daughter or a son? I can't remember. I thought it was funny. At the end, Cisco mentions that O'Brien's wife complains all the time. So she has this reputation on the station. Everyone knows she just complains.
What does he say?
I don't remember. Something about...
Oh, no, yeah. Your wife won't have to ask for reassignment or something.
Yeah, she won't have to complain about reassignment.
Does that mean she's still moaning about how bad Deep Space Nine is, even though she's open to school?
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
She's still asking, please get me out of here, I can't stand it.
Why did they assign me this job? It has nothing to do with botany.
This is terrible kind of attitude to her students. Why did she open a school if she wants to leave?
She's probably one of those bitter instructors who never really wanted to teach anyway. Just kind of got stuck into it.
Well, she blatantly is, because she's a botanist. She only opened a school because she saw 2 kids mucking about and thought they should go to school.
And the solution involved complaining herself into a job she's not qualified to do.
Anything to get her to stop complaining, I guess.
It just made her complaining evolve, I bet.
It's great how we're really annoyed at Keiko, yet she didn't even appear in this episode and was only mentioned about twice.
Yeah. She was briefly mentioned, and we're going off on how horrible she is.
Oh, god damn it, Keiko. At the end, Cisco seemed mostly annoyed at how much paperwork he would have to do.
Yeah, and then he had that really self-satisfied smile after he cleverly dealt with O'Brien's breaking of rules. Odo had some nice moments. I liked his little quip, "I'm sorry, our jail cells are not to his liking." He's just grumpy all the time.
He got his face punched.
Oh yeah, that's the first time we've seen him vulnerable physically.
Yeah, it didn't actually seem to harm him particularly, but I kind of expected him to kick ass, but he didn't.
Yeah, and then when he's offered a phaser, he says he doesn't use them. And then I wanted to know why. And I thought, oh, maybe because he's so great and awesome at fighting that he thinks phasers are cheating.
No, well, I think he's more kind of a detective rather than a cop. But then again, he can change into anything, so he should be able to change into a guy with a giant fist and just punch them really hard, or something like that, you know?
Yeah, instead of getting punched and then falling over.
In fact, whenever he changes, people are usually terrified anyway.
Yeah, he wouldn't even have to change into anything intimidating. As long as he just committed that act, that enough is frightening.
Yeah, as soon as he does that, everyone turns around and goes, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, if he changed into a spoon, that would be enough to let me know, okay, I'm not dealing with this.
All the bad guys would just pause and go, "Wait, what?" Speaking of the bad guys, well, they weren't really that bad, I guess. Didn't they look like 80s arcade game people?
Yes, they did.
I really liked their teleport thing. It was funky, but it was too garish in a way. You know, the sort of white cylinder teleport effect.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed, but every race has different teleport technology, and they're not called teleports, they're called transporters. Well, whatever. Each piece of transport technology has a different flashy effect.
I did not notice that, but now I will look out for it.
Look out for it. It's already been seen. Like the teleports on the runabout are federations, so they're sort of blue sparkles. And the ones on Deep Space Nine are Cardassians, so they're yellow twinkles.
Ah, okay.
Obviously, with the next gen, they've gone through a few different designs, which is probably why these guys got white cylinders with Frasley bits.
Yeah, they don't have many options.
Yeah, it's got to be distinct. I couldn't tell if those guys were supposed to be awesome or not awesome.
Compared to what?
Well, compared to the Federation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't really clear with that either, where the power really was.
They beat up the shields with special radiation, beam on board, blow everything up, absorb phasers, get hit, stand up, and then 10 seconds later they say, "Oh, these guys put up they put up a really good fight." Did they? Federation kind of got their asses handed to them, and then later on, O'Brien's just punching them out. I think he killed some of them, or Tusk did.
Yeah, I was waiting for confirmation that those guys weren't dead.
Yeah, O'Brien looks down at him, sort of thinking, "Oh, he's not dead."
After he shot him, yeah, you think, wait, was that a fatal blow? And O'Brien's just hanging around with this guy who just murdered 3 people?
Yeah, his face kind of shows that he's maybe not having quite as much fun as he thought he would be. The camera pans down on the guy's face, so you expect him to open his eyes or something. But no.
Yeah, or twitch.
Yeah, he's just dead. It doesn't seem like a very fun game.
No, not at all.
If they're in space, it's just they're going to shoot his ship down or not, and if they get to a planet or something, they'll just chase him around and blow each other up.
Maybe that's why they said they put up a good fight, because there was more resistance than 0, so they're not used to that.
Oh, we actually had to do something.
Yeah, they had to do something.
If only we'd invented Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Quark is becoming the station's therapist.
Yeah, that was a great little moment when O'Brien has his epiphany, and then Quark silently takes credit for it and moves on to the next poor schmuck.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing I was talking about, how there's a lot of little bits that are played out quite well. There's another one I just remembered where Sisko says to Odo, "Oh, don't need to rush. And Odo walks towards the elevator in a really timid and unsure way.
Yeah, that's another great moment. And again, that Quark moment would have been totally cheated had he said something. Oh, I'm so great at solving people's troubles, and I'm so satisfied with myself in this moment.
Okay, I get it. The "it's in my nature" line was not very good.
Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to hear 5 more examples?
Okay, give me 5 more examples. Go.
Okay, when...
Go. I'm annoyed. For sure. I'm a jerk. Dax, I don't do anything.
Bashir wouldn't have self-awareness to know he's a jerk.
Did Bashir do anything in this episode other than break
Make
his
the
moral
horrible...
code?
No, that's all he did, was break his moral code.
Oh no, he did something else. He was seen talking to a woman in Medbay. Looked like he was trying to flirt or something.
Oh, I don't remember that.
When Tosk is walking down the promenade, O'Brien says, "Oh, that's Bashir or Doctor."
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that now.
I think it was a good episode, but I think the lack of plot depth kind of holds it back from being a great episode.
Yeah, it was just the one plot, and it's a little bloated because of that. Slightly plumpy.
Strange that O'Brien could work out an alien ship in a matter of hours without knowing what any of the parts really are. He even knows that the reactor will need to cool down and how long it will take.
Yeah.
He's clever. I don't think there's that much to say about this episode.
Well, we just had the one plot, and then not much outside of that.
Do you think the next episode will be better?
Yes.
Do you have words of wisdom? And I think I know what you're going to say.
Let's hear it. What you think it is?
You're going to say, die with dignity.
It's honor.
Is it honor?
Yeah, it's die with honor, and I was going to say that. I was going to say die with honor, Portponky.
Oh. Why did I say dignity? Probably because I can't remember. Obviously.
Well, alliteration. Die, dignity. Did you hear that line and think, oh, I'm going to have to rehear LeBloc say that?
Yeah, as soon as I heard it, I thought, that is definitely what LeBloc's going to say. I'll make sure to misremember it.
I was going to go with the line that O'Brien had. I didn't mark it down, so I don't know it verbatim, but something about a man looking over his shoulder will always find trouble.
Yeah, that was a good one, actually. Okay, I have to go. I'm going to see you later. Bye.
Bye.